Tube is rocking and rolling on that. As we fire it up, and Jesse's been pretty hot on the deal. He gets Facebook Live up on real fast now. Used to take him a while. I don't know what sort of procedures he's doing, but he figured something out on that because it only takes you about 30 seconds now to get it up on Facebook, as we're going to do in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One of the few pleasures we have left is you can enjoy the absolutely great slide guitar music that's coming in on our intro, because we usually call this Taco Tuesday, but unless you have stocked up on ground beef or shredded beef or something in taco supplies, depending on how you make them as street tacos or American tacos with cheese, lettuce, and tomatoes and all that, pretty much I don't think you're going to get tacos anywhere else unless you take them, carry out, or order them, pre-order them, or go through the drive-through. I don't even know if they let you in the dang restaurants anymore to do that. We're just going stark raving mad. I mean, they're closing it. Orange County just announced they're closing all the restaurants, bars, and this and that. We're absolutely going nuts. I mean, it was just breaking right after the show last night that, well, there was 2 reported deaths of coronavirus in Coachella, and I guess 1 this morning. So everybody's going, duh, Oh, there was, yeah, there's a real reason to panic. The amount of cases in San Bernardino County doubled. They went from 1 to 2. Whoopee. Why is it? And the 15 or so documented cases of coronavirus are all in Coachella, and the 3 deaths. Nowhere else are they reporting any stuff. Not anywhere in the Inland Empire area at all. It's just down in the low desert. Down in the low desert. Low desert. Like Indio going east to Blythe. Why is it just breaking out in that particular area? Inquiring minds want to know. I seen some sort of fantastic report as some doctor said, 4,000 people can die in Coachella and blah, da, 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 of that. Well, again, there's only been 6,000 deaths worldwide out of 7 billion people. Again, you have to go 87 million miles right of the decimal point on the percentages of that to even figure this stuff out. To even get, it's an infinitesimal amount of people that have died. I think 100, and what is about 5,000, because that's right. There's 100,000 cases worldwide. Around, let's just use round numbers. 100,000 or so cases worldwide out of 7 billion population plus on the globe that we call Earth. Notwithstanding that round globe, not the flat. Who was the guy, the rocket man that was a flat guy that augured her into the ground? Forgot his name. But no, the round globe, there's 7 billion people. We have 100,000 cases. Again, you got to go like 6 zeros right at the decimal point to get to the percentage of people that have it. And of that, 94% of all the people that have coronavirus have mild to moderate symptoms. And even in where they don't wash their hands, or they have bad hygiene, or they don't have good medical care, a la China, Italy, or wherever this stuff is really having the effect out here. What is going on with people? I will say this. I went in the 99-cent store. No bleach. All the canned goods are gone. Obviously, all the paper products, toilet paper, and everything else gone. But you know what? They got a plenty big supply of peanuts, every kind, beer nuts, regular peanuts, peanuts with the candy canes in them, or what candy or M&Ms or whatever. A whole stock. Nobody. I guess maybe peanuts or something carry coronavirus or something. I don't know. They what I it doesn't fathom me why they left the peanut aisle fully stocked. I mean, you have your selection of all different kinds of peanuts or whatever nuts. Beef jerky? They had beef jerky up the kazoo too. I don't know why. I guess that's not. I have a mysterious caller. Who is it?
Hey, Roy, it's Dwayne.
Hey, what's up?
All right, so just to clarify, I just looked at the numbers: 7,903 deaths
There you go.
worldwide. 7,903. So that number has grown in the last since Friday, approximately 1,000 people. Now, if we extrapolate that to normal deaths, people that die normally from what you categorize as normal causes, aging, go to sleep, don't wake up, this is far below that number. So I'm still not seeing any reason to panic. I do not understand.
No. Yes. No,
Why are we emptying the shelves of toilet paper?
7,000 worldwide out of 7 billion people, and some ding dong out here in some L.A. doctor or something. I saw a report is predicting probably maybe 4,000 deaths in Coachella because three have kicked off in the last 3 days over this, and the 15 other cases are reported all in Coachella. Between all of San Bernardino and Riverside County, the only place this thing is breaking out is in Indio going east to Blythe.
No, maybe it's the climate. It's the maybe the virus likes the dry climate. I don't know what to tell you.
But I mean, it's we've had 4,000 deaths or 7,000 worldwide out of 7 billion. We're going to have, but this guy's claiming 4,000 in Coachella, which I don't know the population. You're probably lucky if there's 100,000 people from Indio to Blythe. There isn't that. It isn't that freaking populated.
I'm trying to remember the last time I saw the population sign down there, and I want to say that Coachella had like 76,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're going to be lucky if you have that. 4,000, that would be a pandemic. Now that's almost getting close to 10%, a little about 5%. There has never, not even in China, is there anything even approaching this death rate of that. And this is the fear mongering that's going on with this whole enchilada going out. And basically, San Francisco and 6 counties around there, and they're even spreading it more, have basically shut down. They're putting a curfew on it, 100%. They're only saying, well, you can only be out if you're getting essential services, which is what we define that. But again, I see the rolling out, and I'm hearing the rumblings that you're hearing you're hearing the schools closing here, and all the bars are completely closed down. Restaurants you can only do drive through or takeout. I don't know.
Well, I think what it is, it's fear and panic created by the unknown, and at this moment, you don't know what you don't know. So the medical community always rushes to panic mode and gives you worst case scenario because bottom line, they profit from it. So if you can find somebody to give you some common sense response, we need to just all, as we used to say, chill out, maintain, take a breath, and let's get some facts about this before we start going off the deep end, emptying the goddamn shelves of toilet paper, water, Clorox bleach, every
Washing
other
light.
handy wipes. You know, I mean, how many damn handy wipes do you need?
As much as I would like to say that myself, no, I just if I'm right, it's like 0.00006% death rate in China. To go to a 5% death rate, this would be a million times more death rate if the 4,000 to 77,000 figure is right. That it would be a million times more the death rate that we've had so far in coronavirus that this clown is projecting or trying to roll off the deal on in
Where?
Coachella.
Okay, so I've got to ask the question: where is this guy getting his data from?
I don't know. I just skimmed through the article on that. It came out in AM, and it really doesn't matter. I mean, it's
Well,
so
no, that's the point I'm trying to make. Is that you can shout all these
yes,
extemporaneous numbers, but give me something that matters. Where are you getting your data from? And quit quoting the CDC because they're morons
yeah.
anyway.
Who was it?
The CDC's,
Was it Ron? Was it Ron Hughes or who was it? Hughes, the guy that was going to fly the rocket up to Mars? What? Mike Hughes of that. Yeah, the world's. This is about. It isn't even close to this. This is like Mike Hughes is going to fly his rocket up to Mars or whatever and land it. To come up with something that's a million times more than anything that we know has happened to this point, and even in China and Italy, where it has broken out the worst, and they said is the worst part of this. And this guy's predicting in Coachella it's going to be a million times more death rate than they've had there. I mean, that isn't even funny.
Again, I don't know how. I don't know how he's arriving at these numbers. I'd like to see the math, how he gets there, because I mean, that's a significant number. And let's just, for the sake of argument, let's say that he's correct. So if he can show us how he arrived at this number, and we can verify that, then you know what? Maybe we need to start taking this more seriously. But if all that he's doing is taking erroneous extemporaneous numbers and plugging them into some model that spits out what he wants the outcome to be. And we all know that from taking statistics, we can develop whatever outcome we wish with statistics. So where are the hard numbers? Where is he getting the data from? Now, if you can show me hard data that says absolutely, a bunch of people are going to die in Coachella, okay, then let's take that model and move it on. But I want to see hard numbers before we react like a bunch of scared children.
We're going to bring on another guest on here that we usually have on Thursday, but we bumped him up to Tuesday. We'll probably have him on Thursday too. One thing because he's so damn entertaining, but
oh my God,
on that. But he pitched off a deal Sunday night about this whole coronavirus thing. And I think he had the same opinion of me of that. And I think Dwayne, we got Dwayne on Skype from Idaho on this whole deal going on. So we just kind of got we're going around the world on this thing, Eddie. We have Eddie George from HEMET I Knew, that crazy guy with a lazy eye on. And one reason I wanted to bring him on today, on top of talking about the coronavirus thing, is he started a new group page, which I think is an absolutely great idea on that. And we'll address that in a little bit. But what have you changed your mind from what you were talking about Sunday night on HEMET News on the coronavirus?
No, I haven't changed my mind at all. I kind of I agree with myself even more about it now, how stupid people are. I'm actually out right now. I even forgot about my interview with you today. I'm actually out right now touring the town, hitting all these stores, showing what these stores have, what their prices are,
right,
when they're going to get what's their limitations, And are they really price gouging as being accused? And the ones that are price gouging, I don't care if you're a friend of mine, I'm going to put you on Front Street. You know, you just don't take advantage of our community like that. I'm about the people and not about the money, you know?
Right.
And I just actually left the El Toro market over here on State and Acacia, and but they were accused of price gouging. And I actually went through the store. Prices seem normal. Yeah, the prices have went up a little bit because, you know, when the vendors charge them more for the product, they have to go up a little bit. But, you know, they're saying that they're charging $26 a case of water that's normally $7.99. That's not true at this store. There was one other store that he does have across town that the employee was doing that, and he's taking care of that. I don't think he's going to be working at a store no more, so that's took care of. But yeah, we're hitting this whole town of Hemet and San Jacinto today, basically showing people where to go, where not to go.
There you go. I mean, that's a great idea on that. And I was in the store myself, in the 99-cent store. You know, all the along with all the canned goods and the toilet paper and paper products and everything is gone. But what surprised me, and I got a bag of them, is the whole nut counter or the whole nut aisle was fully stocked. You could have beer nuts or nuts with the M&Ms in them, and beef jerky and all that. The people weren't touching that. I mean, I was absolutely amazed on
and they
the
give you more
mentality.
protein than some of the other stuff that you know you're buying and ordering up, especially the toilet paper. I mean, what are you going to do? Eat that too?
And bleach is totally sold out everywhere, I guess.
Yes, because people are thinking if they drink the bleach, they won't get the coronavirus. Come on, people.
Yeah, that will clog the emergency rooms if you start drinking bleach, because you will find out what sickness is all about if you pull that.
You got that right. You got that right. And I also want to put out to everybody too. We've been contacted by all the hospitals in Riverside County. They're wanting us to let everybody know, too, please do not go to the emergency rooms when you feel that if you may have the symptoms, stay at home. We're having too many people overcrowding these emergency rooms for people that don't even really need to be there. So they're going to be sending me a video from their main CEOs that are actually going to do a speech about what to do and what not to do. So we will be posting that out and pinning that on top of our page on HEMET, EYE News, HEMETiNews.com as well, too.
You got it. And I got one more thing before we talk about your new group deal. And I just read this. It was posted in the Orange County Register. This is to all you dorks out there that are buying up all the bottled water.
Dorks, he's being nice, folks.
Yes, I'm containing myself. I basically have to strap myself in to say that. All you dorks that are buying the bottled water, as Dwayne's doing, as you can see on that, is they were saying about that because everybody, you know, the guy that runs the water supply over there in Orange County said, you know what? He said, the water coming out of your tap is more regulated, is more healthy than the water y'all are buying in this bottled water, so stop. And that is the reason why, Roy, for many, many years, and I still do it, I go outside and fill glass bottles out of the hose because I want that taste that I had growing up of drinking the water out of the hose when I make my coffee and tea or whatever.
Hey, that's what I do. I use sink water when I make my coffee. And people need to think, too, you know, also when you do use your sink water, especially if you are in HEMET and you're still worried about the chemicals in it, just boil your water. Boil the shit out of it. Boil the hell out of it, and then cool it down, and then bottle it up.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yes, I mean it's you know the amount of hysteria that's going on across this whole enchiladas up. But I mean, I thought that was great. The guy said, you know what, tap water coming out of the tap is more safe. He says we clean it more for viruses than we do in anything. He says you're more likely to get something out of bottled water than tap water. So that's why I say all of y'all that are spending 87 times more than you can by filling it, by getting water out of your tap and hoarding all this water. The joke's really on you.
Exactly. And, you know, especially, I'm still focused on the toilet paper issue. I mean, good Lord. you're going to be quarantined in your home for maybe, 15 days to a month at the most. Do you normally go through that much toilet paper, yourself during normality and then during quarantinement? I mean, what is this? Are you going to have the shits? No, I mean, come on. You're not using your head but a hat rack, and people, they still have limits over here. I'm actually going to be hitting Stater Brothers in a little bit, where people, even though they have the limit, they're still trying to buy more and more and more. There's one guy, George Evans, shout out to him over at the Moose Lodge. We're actually going to be opening up a community donation center for those people that want to help our senior citizens.
Yeah.
We're going to be taking donations, and then one day a week we're going to be distributing, aid to our senior citizens that can't get out. People that don't have the supplies, not people that's going to be hoarding supplies. If you already have it, then, we're not going to be bringing you stuff. We might want to be coming knocking on your door asking for donations, but, we're trying to focus on our seniors right now out here. And that's why we created that page, Adopt a Senior Citizen. It's pinned to the top of our HEMET News page on HEMET News official page. Make sure you do go join that group. That's not just for here in HEMET. That's for,
everywhere.
Our whole community, everywhere. So let's look out for our neighbors, I was a chief commander for CERT, Community Response Team, Community Emergency Response Team. That's what it stands for, and it actually trains the community. It's a group of volunteers. Look out for yourself first, prep yourself, and then start looking out for your neighbors. And a lot of people ain't doing that. They just want to look at their neighbors and not out for their neighbors. And that's why I'm trying to bring that to our community in a time of panic, a time of crisis. Hey, let's prep for ourselves, and then let's, prep for others, help out each other. Because one day you might need that help. You never know.
And message to Lori, if she's out there, put a link in the comment section on the broadcast so people can join up on that new page of yours.
Okay, we'll do that.
And I want to say, it's a good thing you mentioned Stater Brothers, because I'm going to drive 87 miles out of my way to shop at Stater Brothers, because they are now opening their stores early at 7:45 for seniors only, so they can come in and get their supplies or toilet paper or whatever they need, so they're not, in conjunction with what you're doing with that of adopting a senior. Seniors, if you need stuff, go to Stater Brothers early in the morning, or have somebody take you, maybe with a group page. If you need a ride or something, we can get you a ride over there so you can get your stuff.
That's right.
But this is the kind of thing this community should be doing, not all you dorks, like I say, out there hoarding toilet paper and everything else.
I love you, Roy. I love your emphasis. You tell it like it is.
I learned it from Eddie George.
Oh, no, he's going to blame me. Okay, hey, I'm glad you learned it. So you can learn a lot from a hillbilly, folks.
That's it.
So, that's what we're doing. Make sure you do follow us on our HEMET News. We will be going around all the stores, checking out all the stores, finding out what they have, what they don't have, find out when they do have it, when what their limits are, and if I see price gouging out there, I'm going to hit them hard, folks, because I will go hillbilly on them, and I'm not about people taking advantage of our people out here in this time of need. So hey, treat everybody right. Think with your head and not your other thing. And come on, folks. This panic is caused by everybody going to these stores and overbuying everything. If you shop normal, you'll be all right. Our stores won't run out of stuff if you just go in and get what you need. Everything will be continued. If the martial law does come in your towns and stuff, and they quarantine your towns, well, just don't eat so much. Make your food supply. Instead of eating 5 pieces of this, cut it down to 2 just to get your nutrition to make it through the day. And that your supplies will last. And you won't have to rush back out to these stores and buy everything up. Come on, folks, use your freaking heads, man. That's all we're asking people.
You got it, and we'll have you on again Thursday. I know there's some other stories you want to talk about, but I want to let you get back to doing your work that you're doing out there, informing or shedding the real truth about what's going on, who is and isn't price gouging in and around our area. So I'll let you go and let you get back to work doing that, and we'll see you on Thursday again, and we'll rock and roll this all over again.
You got it, Roy. And right before I do leave, I want to let everybody know, if you do see any stores out there are price gouging, please let us know, and we'll definitely hit those stores. Because like I say, I'm out here right now for the people and not for these businesses. I do promote businesses, but hey, if you take advantage of our community, I will demote you as well. I'm about the truth, and I'm about the people.
You got it. That's why we love you, Eddie.
All right, Roy, you have a good one, and hey, it's great seeing you or hearing from you again, and we will catch you on Thursday at 5:15. This is Eddie George, that crazy guy with the lazy eye, and I'm getting out of my chair, and I am now off your
air. That's it. We love Eddie. He's on top of doing some very nice things in the community. He's a very entertaining guy to have on there. So chime in on what you heard from Eddie. What do you got to say, Dwayne?
Well, you got to agree with what he's saying. First off, anytime there's a crisis, you get these people that want to, benefit economically, right? So you got people that, not everyone, but you have certain storekeepers or certain individuals that have resources that are going to try to benefit from the crisis. And the only other thing I can say is we're all missing the Sears catalogs about now because the color pages were the softest.
Yes, all you folks that like this old internet and ordering all your crap off of the cell phone and delivering by Amazon and all this other stuff. There might have been a useful deal on that from Sears and stuff, as we jest a little bit, but there is a little bit of grain of truth on that whole enchilada on that coming on. But no, you bring up a great point on that the people that are what cracks me up in the story that went the big one on the internet, it was those two guys that were in Ohio, I think it was, that went around and bought 17,000 hand sanitizer bottles or something, and they were going to sell them on Amazon, and they did it for about 12 hours. They were price gouging. So sold hand sanitizers for up to $74 a bottle until Amazon shut off everybody that was price gouging on that. And now they're sitting with they rented U-Haul trucks and were going all around Ohio. They went to all the rural areas that were, they were kind of smart with what they figured out. They went to all the rural areas kind of when this thing first broke that still had the stuff. And like you say, they bought up every hand sanitizer and thought they were going to cut a big hog in the butt. And now they've got 17,000, bottles of hand sanitizer and nowhere to get rid of them at. So, again, that's part of the people I hope that are eating this thing big time on that whole deal. But yeah, the stories of stupidity and insanity just keep coming in by the minute.
Yeah, you wonder why people rush to judgment, to go to such extremes, to assume apocalyptic end of the world scenarios. But now you have nothing more than to listen to your media. They're the ones pushing this. You look at the media and you would literally think the sky is falling about everybody's head. Oh, it's the worst pandemic. You know what a pandemic is? It is something that is beyond your borders, that has traveled across borders. That's what it means, pandemic. Okay? It is not an epidemiological term. It does not mean that this strain of virus is especially virulent. It just means that it's crossed borders. Calm down. So it jumped from Arizona to Nevada. That does not mean you need to go out and empty the shelves. And the panic buying, I don't get it. You need a couple extra rolls of toilet paper. All right, buy another package. Don't go off the frickin' deep end and buy the entire shelf.
Yes,
I,
it's stupid. We'll get into it a little bit after we come on in KMET on that, so we'll watch the language again on that.
30 seconds.
Whole thing on that. But no, Orange County just banned all gatherings of any size of any type. You don't think this stuff is? I mean, Orange County.
I just want, you know what I want to do? I want to
Quick.
go to a bar tonight and sit out.
Here we go, guys. 10
seconds.
seconds.
You got it.
Your free phone app today. IE Newswire Daily is on the air.
The following is a paid program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
There's that funky slide guitar music coming in, which was one of the few pleasures we have left as everybody's going stark raving mad. Well, not everybody. Few, like I called them, dorks, are going stark raving mad over this coronavirus. Not only the citizens that are gouging, hoarding toilet paper, buying out every stack of bleach in captivity and causing supply chain interruptions, mass panic, and people that actually need stuff are not getting it because these yo-hos, from our government officials on down to the people that are creating the panic or this hoarding buying and all this other stuff, are killing us 100% on this thing. Aforementioned, and we had Eddie George of HEMET News on, and if you go in the comments on Facebook Live on there, you can see a link to the new group, Facebook group he just started. It's Help Out a Senior. So he's starting a group of that, and to coordinate if seniors need help, they need supplies or something, we will get them to them. And again, I wanted to, I can't remember the Orange County small chain that did this, that is opening their stores early. Northgate, Jesse says it's Northgate in Orange County that's opening early to seniors, and Stater Brothers just announced today that they are opening at 7:45 a.m. for seniors only, so they can get supplies, things they need, on and on and on. Who are the most susceptible to the coronavirus are the seniors. That's the only ones it really seems to be affecting, in harsh or catastrophic, or even the ones that have passed away from that, which we don't want to make light of. That there is a concern. There is a concern if you're over 65, you smoke, you have lung disease, or your immune system down. Let's say you just went chemotherapy or something. Yeah, you should be, if I was in that condition, those people are the ones that should be home quarantining or whatever on the issue of that. But as I said, in the new issue that just came out a couple hours ago from Orange County, the Orange County health official, they have banned gatherings of any size, of any type, of anywhere, except for a few, essential deals. But we went from 1,500 to 250 gatherings to 10. Now Orange County is saying 0.
I think they've got a little bit of a problem with that. First of all, unless they declare martial law and suspend the Constitution and tell people that they no longer have rights, you're going to have a lot of people that just simply aren't going to follow these rules. And you're going to also have some people that go over the top to force other people, to make a decision so that they can say, hey, we're going to do what we want to do. I'm going to go gather here at the bar and, put a sign. I would tell all restaurateurs and bar owners, put a sign on the door that simply states, enter at your own risk. Right?
Yes.
We all have the ability to assess risk in our life and accept it or decline it. You can simply turn around, not open the door, and go home.
Right. If
All
you
right.
are scared to death of this or think you're going to get something, then stay home. There's nothing that precludes you from going out in society. If that's what you are, if you are big afraid of this, which I'm saying, if you're under 65 and you have you don't have some sort of disease or something, the odds of you even having the odds of you even getting the coronavirus are very small, and even then, the odds of it, even that you ever have very mild or very weak to mild symptoms, maybe 101 fever, maybe you cough a little bit. That's about the extent of this. This is not the Black Plague that killed 75 million people in the 1900s when we had less than a billion population. Now that was something to be concerned about. This, like we said, is infinitesimal on the death rate. 4,000 out of 7 billion population have died over this. I mean, this is not the end of the world.
Well, we do need to be accurate. The correction that I need to make. So the last I looked at it before we went on air was 7,903 deaths worldwide. That's for the entire cube, right? The entire
7 billion people. Divide by 7. Do a little math exercise, everybody. Get out the calculator and do 7,000 divided by 7 billion and see how far the decimal points go over.
Yeah, you're almost at a range of not registering on a normal scale.
Yes.
So, and here's the other thing: how many people die every day of normal, natural causes?
Yes.
Okay, you do have expirations of people's lifespan every day. Every day there are people dying. Every day there are funerals. Every day the wagon is going down to the assisted living dwelling. So, I don't know that this is that large a blip on the radar to begin with, that it's in addition to become epidemic proportions where everybody is not just hoarding the normal toiletries, but, food and things. I mean, and look, I seriously think we've got some bad actors in this because they don't know. They're panicking the president now panics the people, and this is what's tipping off everybody to go insane. Instead of, let's just back up a little bit, use some common sense, give us, okay, you want social distancing?
Somebody shot common sense last night, so that's out the window.
That's what I hear. So common sense died a horrible, lonely death.
Yes.
And so now we're left with panic and subterfuge to try to deal with an almost non-crisis crisis.
No, I looked up the statistics in the United States from the aforementioned dreaded CDC, Center of Disease Control. In the last decade, the lowest amount of people that died from the normal flu was, I think, 2010-11, which was 12,000, to a high, I think, of 17-18 of 61,000. We have an average of about, I think, 40,000 plus in the last decade have died every year from the normal flu.
Right. So how does this, and this goes back to what we were talking about earlier on, where are the numbers coming from that support the allegations that this is some super bug that's going to kill half the population walking on the planet?
Yeah, if it's going to spread, it is there. Yeah, I'm not convinced. Let's put it that way.
I'm fully, capable of extrapolating data and looking at it, and I'm also fully prepared to be wrong on this. But until you show me some data otherwise that supports the rigid claim that we're, 1 out of 3 people is going to get this and it's going to be bad, where's your data to support this?
Yeah, every data, and like we went through the deal, 100,000 plus cases of worldwide out of 7 billion people, and 7,000 deaths of that. It's not anywhere near Like I said, when you get, I encourage everybody to do the calculation because you're going to, in most cases, unless you're doing some really, 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 really precise work, you would never round down to that kind of a decimal point. I mean, you
It
wouldn't
is
even
it is
get there.
below 1%. Let's just use
No,
large
yeah,
round numbers.
like 1/1,000,000th of 1%.
Yeah. So in the grand scheme of things, I'm not trying to say that this is not going to be a larger situation. What I'm saying is that while we all should be cautious in what we do and take extra precautions in being clean and just good hygiene, it does not mean you need to, buy 800 gallons of Clorox and bathe everybody in your neighborhood.
We got it. I got a very special guest coming on. We haven't had him on the line in a long time. He's been out there, but boy, amongst the other things, but this is a great time to have him back on the air. Coming back, he's the author of the book. Leave the Plantation. We've had on many, many, many times on that. He's on top of being a great author, he's probably an even better speaker and articulating, and even a greater mind on top of that. Mason Weaver, welcome back to the show with Roy, and we got Dwayne on Skype on here.
Hey, I really appreciate it. I missed you guys terribly. It's nice to be back with the family. But first, I need to find out now.
Yes.
You're sure there's not more than 10 people gathered on this line together?
No.
I mean, we got to save the community
Yes.
from the common flu.
Yes.
So let's make sure that we don't. I have a question. What
Yes.
is California going to do with the homeless camps?
It's a very good question.
What happened to the prisons? Can they gather more than 10 in the cells together? How about the police? Can the police are restricted? If you got a pursuit, can more than 10 police cars at the same time pursue the criminal? I'm just curious. Can more than 10 illegals come across the border at a time?
Oh, no. That's strictly that's
whoa.
not permitted.
Yeah. Does that? No, you mentioned the police. You're familiar. Most people are familiar. Central California, Bakersfield, Kern County.
Yep.
The Kern County sheriff said he is not. The cops are only responding to life-threatening emergencies. If you call and say your car has been stolen or somebody's broken into your house, they are not coming out. They said, call us and send in a report.
So can Puka and Ray Ray gather together more than 10 gang members at the same time?
Not in Orange County. This is another one that just broke about an hour ago. They have banned gatherings of any amount, of any kind.
Bless their heart. So they can steal a car one at a time. The cops will not respond.
Hey,
But if
Yeah, they
gather
can steal 10
on a
cars at
corner
a time
somewhere,
with 10 different people.
the cops
Yeah.
are gonna-
I mean,
I love California. What a treasure trove of jokes.
San Francisco's basically and 6 counties around San Francisco have basically curfewed the whole deal. Did you see the one on Bourbon Street in New Orleans? The cops going down Bourbon Street telling people, get off the street, you're a danger to society, on and on and on.
And there is the real goal. The real goal is to control your everyday movement and self-regulate. People are telling each other now, why are you out? I'm supposed to be in a bar. Why are you doing these things? But look at the statistics, folks. Good grief. Look at the statistics. Nobody is saying that the virus isn't dangerous to people who catch it over 80 years old already sick. But my goodness, the numbers, there's a heading on Drudge tonight. The biggest one-day death toll ever for coronavirus, the biggest ever, 18 people. the total death now reaches 80 deaths. Folks, we got 320 million people here legally, and are we really going to shut down the entire country for 80 people dying that are already old? Most of those people dying, by the way, have already lived past the average age for Americans.
I knew you'd be on the same track as most of us that are on there. I can't believe the 180-degree turnaround so quickly that people are taking over this, and just accepting it.
Yes. They will argue with you for debating with them. And I'm not sure how many people are doing it. Even those who don't believe it now have to act. You have to act now. I've lost 3 speaking engagements last week, including the last one today. 3 engagements were canceled all over the country because the idea, how dare you have a conference? How dare you have a meeting somewhere? How dare you go to a hotel? So look what's being hurt. The NBA owners are not hurt by closing down the season.
No.
The people taking your tickets at the parking lot,
Yes.
they're hurt. The people sell you the peanuts, they're hurt. They're trying to kill the economy, but it's going to backfire. Because, see, businesses are still producing toilet paper.
Yes.
Let me tell you a secret. If anybody wants to buy toilet paper, go to Super Walmart at 6 a.m. in the morning when they restock. Because at 9 o'clock, there's none left. But every day they restock it. They get orders in every day, folks. There's no factory. The toilet paper factory is not closed down. The truck driver is still driving the truck. It's just that you're buying a month's supply at a time.
Yeah.
So the supply chain's messed up.
Month supply, they're buying years supply. I mean, people are just 3 shopping carts full up to the top, as tall as they are, pushing them, filling their cars or SUVs or pickups up with toilet paper.
That makes the sane have to go do the same thing.
Right.
You have to
so
go
I've
buy
got a
toilet paper
question.
now.
Why are we not dispensing body condoms to make sure that everybody is safe?
Shh, don't say that. Shh, be quiet now. Nancy Pelosi listening. Come on. Don't get these fools no ideas. But if you do that, the whole idea that they want us to shelter in place. What gives the state the right to tell me I cannot go out and get sick?
Yes.
Are you saying the state is going to keep? They're going to keep me from making my neighbor sick? How are you going to keep me from making my neighbor sick? Folks, you want to know what cures corona disease? Because it's cured every day. There's no vaccine. There's no vaccine for it. There's no cure for it, but the human body cures it every day. The same thing with the common cold. They cannot find a cure for the common cold. I have the cure for you. Your body cures it every time you get it. It's trying to kill you, and your body cures it in 3 days. God made a great body here, folks. We can do this thing. This is nothing.
Yes, the human immune system is the only thing known that can kill a virus.
That's right, period. So let's stop playing like me sneezing on you going to kill you. If you're healthy, if you're sick already, everything will hurt you.
Yes. You should be self regulating or whatever, self-imposing or whatever the hell they're calling it, that if you are sick, that's what, if you've got a medical condition or something, but you should be doing that anyway. You should not be telling me what risk or stuff I can take. It's a risk getting out of bed in the freaking morning.
Yep. When you're 70 years old like I am, there's a risk getting into bed.
Yes.
I get in bed and say, glory, hallelujah, I made it back to bed.
And then when you open your eyes, glory, hallelujah, man, I see that light again.
Another one just for me.
Yes.
Another one just for me. But there is some silver in the lining of this problem.
Please tell us.
There is a whole lot of people now, for the first time, homeschooling their kids.
Yes.
And they're learning something. They're learning.
Yes.
You don't need a college degree to teach ABC and 1, 2, 3. They're learning that if you're doing already 2 hours of homework, you're already homeschooling. You're already doing it.
The two most probably 180-degree opposites that have mentioned that in the last 24 hours are?
Who's that?
Donald Trump and Gavin Gruesome Newsom, the governor.
Gruesome Newsom.
Yes, they both Trump did it
Wow.
at his press conference yesterday, talked about homeschool. You're going to have to homeschool your kids. And Newsom just did it about an hour before I went on. I was hearing him. He said the same thing. And I've said this. I've said this at school board meetings. I said, you know what? We could double the capacity of the buildings we have. Why don't we have school 2 days a week and do you bought them all 28,000 laptop computers we bought in Moreno Valley Unified School District for every kid. Well, why don't you 2 days a week? Why don't you have them homeschool?
Yeah, but see, who's going to watch them while the parents are at work? They may hurt each other.
Yeah.
They may kill each other. Who's going to bring them to school lunch? They're starving at home. Haven't you heard? They're starving. They got to have a school lunch program.
Yeah, they no schools in Riverside County till April 30th, but you can get your not free but no cost to you breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you cart the kid over to the school.
Isn't that amazing? And if you stop that, you're mean. You
Yes.
want kids to starve. And the food is not worth eating. You'd rather starve.
So Mason, you have eaten at a school in California.
Yes, I have. I'm not going to school. I went to college at Berkeley. I'm still surviving that, but I'm recovering. But my children went to school, and only for a very short period of time, and then I jerked them out of school and homeschooled them. And now I'm homeschooling my grandkids. I moved out of California in 2011. I moved out to the woods where I cannot see anybody. If I see you from my home, you're trespassing. And we're going to have a conversation.
Yeah.
It'll be one way. It'll be aggressive.
Yes.
So, I've paced off my property. I know the distance between every point on my property. And I got target practicing. And because I know you guys don't realize this, but I do occasionally upset people with my opinions. And they think that their duty is to correct me. They believe their duty is, I wear a Make America Great hat, and people look at me like it's their job to question my style and my fashion. And they want to do that, so I like to make sure that if anybody comes to my home to correct something that I said, that we'll be able to have a real decent conversation, as I call 911 to clean the mess up.
Yes, a very one-sided conversation.
Yes,
at
sir.
that.
It's going to be, I don't think you're going to make it to the fence. Duck!
Oh man, we have to laugh a little bit about this because the seriousness of this overall, and I mean I try to stay off the conspiracy stuff of that, but even Cliff Cummings, who's our major sponsor, Toyota San Bernardino, he was on yesterday and he even mentioned it, and I want to get your take on it, Mason. Do you think this is some sort? They tried impeachment, everything else, called Trump racist, Russia, this and that. Is this some? Did they have this in their back pocket, or is the other side seizing on this, saying this is maybe the only possible way they got to knock Donald Trump out of being reelected in 2020?
I think that the occasion came up. I just got a text from my favorite nephew, just as we speaking. He wants to know if I want to sell one of my handguns to him. See, they're getting nervous.
Yeah.
They're getting nervous. Of course, he's my favorite nephew. I'm going to give him a handgun. I don't got to sell it to him. But to answer your question, they've always looked for a way to destroy the economy. They believe that if the economy tanks, they will vote Democrat. And they believe that they can. Right now, the stock market is almost down as low as it was when Obama left office.
Right.
And they're trying to. That's fake. You drop the interest rates to zero.
Yeah.
And gas in Missouri is below $2 a gallon, and you drop 3,000 points the next day. I mean, who would do that? Who, other than somebody that and they're not losing money, by the way. When they take their money out the stock market, they're actually saving money because it goes down, and the next day, it goes back up again. Because they buy low. They take their money out, the stock market drops, they bring it back in again, and they made a profit.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's a conspiracy or just a like-minded people doing like-minded people's ways of doing things. But I know that there are people on both sides of the political fence who would love to see the economy tank.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I try to stay off the conspiracy stuff as much as possible. But man, the the joining of both the establishment on the right and left that are getting all behind this, and basically, as you said, they're looking at this not only to tank the economy, but I think as an opportunity to, further take and destroy our individual liberties and God-given natural right to for free will.
Disinfecting your home will not save you from insanity. Taking spray and Perel hand wash will not save you from being crazy. The idea that a virus that's only killed, look at China. China has almost 2 billion people. They lost, 5,000 folks? That's a crisis? I've seen diseases. I remember Y2K, folks. I'm that old. The big panic, 1999. Matter of fact, a few years before it. The computers won't be able to change their clocks and they're going to destroy America. And everybody was panicking up all night New Year's Eve waiting for the world to end over a computer that never happens. When this thing blows over in mid-April, they're going to say that their efforts worked. They're going to say, we saved America. Our efforts to keep you under control has worked. We're the heroes. They won't say that we lied, we failed, and we will try again next time. They're going to say, you owe us a favor. We run the world. And they're going to convince these people that next year, when they have the flu season, because it's seasonal, folks, they're going to say next year we have to have more restraints and more control. No one's going to ask the question, why do all of these flu epidemics come out of China? What happened in China?
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Since they can't hear you speak or can't go out and see you speak in person or something, but at least they can hear you now on the radio again. And just tell everybody about 30 seconds. Tell everybody where they can buy your great books and my personal favorite, The 7 Principles to Success.
Yes, sir. We have an organization called LeaveThePlantation.org. On that site, you get my books. Also, you get live videos. Well, not live anymore. We get videos on different topics from me through my YouTube channel. So join us there. Give us your email addresses, and we'll stay in touch. Stay right or be left, because eternity is a long time to be wrong.
You got it. Thanks a lot for being on, Mason. We'll have you on again as events warrant.
Take care, sir. Bye-bye.
You got it. Man, so we got about a minute left for you to wrap it up. Anything you want to say, within reason, Dwayne?
So you're going to put qualifiers on it now. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I do think that whether it's a conspiratorial situation or not, it's one of these situations where the left is not going to let a good crisis go to waste.
There you go. Rahm Emanuel.
You got it.
Is he still mayor of Chicago?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, there was a big Clinton. That's what he said when he was one of the muckety-mucks in the Bill Clinton presidential administration.
Well, and he's also the head of the city that's the number one.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually not anymore. Number 2 murder capital in the world.
I guarantee you I can almost guarantee you there are going to be more people die in the streets of Chicago than are going to die of coronavirus in the United States in 2020. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow on Wicked Wednesday. Hopefully Stephanie will be in. We'll give you all the news and views that you won't get anywhere else. See ya.